Shalom family. Sorry for the delay. I got stuck, so I had to restart my laptop. So anyway, y'all, there was an ICE raid out in Chicago, and in the building they went into, it was Venezuelans, and of course our melanated family was up in that building. So what ICE did was they took everyone. Now, most of the building is Venezuelan. Now, why did it get raided? Because when these folks come to this country, they throw them in our community. They sure don't throw them out in the suburbs where white people are. No, they throw them in the hood where our people are. That's why it got raided. So, y'all, what I don't like, what's rubbing me the wrong way is, first of all, these immigrants are all gleeful on the video. Oh, see, we told you ICE was coming for you too. ICE is coming for you too. Well, it's very deceptive, y'all. Okay. And I think what gets me even more fired up is our own people are jumping on the damn bandwagon, agreeing with these immigrants. See, this is why we should have been out there in the first place. We should never have sat it out. Then you take your ass out there then. I don't think because of what happened in Chicago, we should be out in these streets, because we know what the intended goal is. They want to be able to have access to us, to harm us, and even kill us. And plus, Donald Trump is itching for us to get out there so he can declare martial law. But if you want to carry your ass out there with these immigrants, you knocked yourself out. Stop telling our community we should have been out there. These things are going to happen because, unfortunately, these immigrants live amongst our people, especially in places like Chicago. They live among our people. So, look, everybody that they detained that were Black residents in that building were all let go. They all let go. I was looking at the articles. Some of them were let go in like 2 hours, some 4 hours, some the next morning. But every last one of them were let go once they were able to identify them. So none of our people are detained by ICE that's in Chicago right now. Look, even in my state, there was a case where a teenager got detained, and it was a little young brother. He got detained. They called his mother when they realized he was underage. They called his mother, and just one conversation with his mother over the phone, they let him go. So, yes, some of our people are going to get detained, but so far they have let every last one of them go. And these immigrants, it's Latinos, Africans, and Caribbeans are going on these videos talking about, see, I told y'all they were gonna come for y'all. They coming for you, Black Americans. See, we told you, we told you. First of all, they didn't deport us nowhere. Detained and deport mean two different things. But see, that they're leaving that out of all the videos of how these people were all let go, to make it seem like when people watch the video, ICE is after those Black Americans too. ICE even told them they were not after Black Americans. They were after the Venezuelans that lived in that apartment building. They were never after our people. So, unfortunately, you even got some of our people out there. I don't know if y'all doing it for clicks and views, but you're talking about our people getting detained by ICE, and every last one of them videos where y'all jumping on the bandwagon with the immigrants, you're leaving out the part where everybody from our community that got detained was let go. And y'all know what you're doing. You know what you're doing over there on TikTok, leaving that piece of information out of your videos. Now, I understand why the immigrants are doing it, because they want to make it look like we're in the same boat with them. We can never be in the same boat with them because we are actual citizens. And where they going to send us anyway? Where they going to send us? Okay? Immigration, we said before, stay out of it. And I'm still saying stay out of it. I'm still saying it. So I put together some videos. I'm going to let you listen so that you can see for yourself. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on. It should not have, it should not have played like that. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, y'all, please give me a one if you can see my screen. Give me a one if you can see my screen. Okay. All right, y'all.
So the fear-mongering has got to stop. Like y'all are saying, oh, they're deporting Black Americans. No, they're not, because of what happened in Chicago. That building was riddled with Venezuelan gang members. That's who they were targeting, and that's who they were looking for. I'm so over this rhetoric that we're immigrants and we need to be afraid. I'm so over the fear mongering tactics. Yes, I saw the videos, I saw the news clippings of the Black women saying that they were detaining kids. That shit is fucking like diabolical. It's very unfortunate, and absolutely something needs to be done. We absolutely need to talk about this. We absolutely need to fucking do whatever it is we need to do to make sure that things like this are not a normal reoccurrence. However, those people were let go. Like, they didn't send them to Guantanamo Bay. And you also have to keep in mind that there are immigrants that are also Black. So if you see someone getting deported that looks like me, maybe they're Caribbean and maybe they're African. So stop with the fear mongering tactics. They went up in that building in Chicago to get the Venezuelan gang members. We've been under siege. We've been under attack. Literally. We are the blueprint for the resistance in this country. I don't think that it's okay that they use brute force against anybody, no matter your background, your hue of complexion. I'm not in agreement with that. I definitely do not fuck with touching kids, period. Like, I'm just not, none of it is okay. And I feel like when you all hear me say, you know, Black Americans aren't immigrants, or when we would be like, this is not a fight, that mostly stemmed from the fact that there has never been true solidarity between us and Latin communities. One-on-one, pockets of us, absolutely. We bang with each other in real life. Some of us are best friends. Some of us have children together. But as a collective, y'all even treat the Afro-Latinos like shit. So for me to see you all making these fear-mongering videos, it's like, come on. We've been getting detained. Y'all don't remember stop and search that was going on in the 90s and the early 2000s? Am I saying it's okay? No, but we will continue to fight the good fight. However, we are not going to get deported by the droves, because even if you get detained, they got to run you through the system and find out who you are. So stop with the fear mongering tactics. This is not the way to get us to come outside. And do we need to fight back? Yes, but we are not fighting for the same thing. If you know, you know. Spread love is the Brooklyn way.
There is so much ignorance going around. I've seen videos saying if just because you're Black American, you think that's going to stop you from being detained, or if you're in an area where there is a lot of immigrant or gang activity, you're at risk of being detained. Being detained during a raid is literally a normal protocol. It's nothing new. It is always going to be the right to detain everyone during an investigation, if you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, during a raid especially. ICE is not specifically targeting African Americans. Whoever is thinking this, you are very uneducated, dumb, and you're fear mongering other uneducated Black people who can't unfortunately think for themselves. ICE is targeting African Americans and detaining them. Are you safe? You will be safe because you'll be released eventually. We have a lot of people fear mongering. We already knew they were going to try detaining all types of people, but this is literally a provoking tactic. We have a lot of stupid black people trying to mobilize other black people to get themselves killed. The only thing you should do is stay as quiet as possible, record, lawyer up after the fact, etc. We have people here fear mongering because that's all they're doing. They're scaring a large group of uninformed black people and not even providing a solution. You don't tell people something, oh, African Americans are being detained as if they were going to get deported, because a lot of people are unfortunately very uneducated and think this means something. Of course, they're going to try and detain them, but in the end, they're all released. Have we seen anything about people getting deported? Of course not. So it's literally like a provoking tactic. They can't do anything unless you give them a reason to. We have people saying stupid things like, exercise your Second Amendment. They want you as black people to get weapons, to get guns, and start pointing them at ICE. You're gonna get yourself killed. That's the stupidest thing ever. Stop listening to idiots like this. I know most black people will not do this. And there was a very smart woman who said black people aren't dumb enough, and I'd hope, to not go outside and start giving them a reason to target us, because that's exactly what will happen. I swear to God, if I were to ever see a majority black protest during these 4 years, whoever gets taken out there, that's less ignorance in our community, to be honest. People are asking, where are we going to go? Where are they taking us? Obviously, they're going to take you to their processing, whatever, but eventually you will be released if you're a citizen. They can't deport you. And people who are saying, oh, they're going to try, you're ignorant, they cannot do that if you're a citizen. And then we have people saying, if you find yourself in a position, don't say anything besides you want a lawyer. That's the only thing you should be doing. We should be staying close. But even still, this is like, guys, people may say, oh my God, we should stick together. I'm talking about people that are not black and black people, but they want you to start it for you. Black people have always been starting other people's campaigns for them when it comes to things like this. I'd say the best thing to do is to just stay quiet during, like, post on social media, record, but honestly get educated and stop fear-mongering our community. Someone said we have to have our, I don't know what our 1-6 is, and be more aggressive. Peaceful walks isn't gonna cut. Okay, that's stupid. They're asking you. Luckily, it only has 1 like. Really dumb. They want you to be aggressive. Don't be aggressive towards ICE. That's literally like a government agency. You will get killed. Okay, so fear mongering is the people just saying African Americans are getting detained and nothing else. That's fear mongering. Because unfortunately, what I've learned is that so many are uninformed and just like it. So
this is to all the lefty loony blacks, all right, that's claiming that black people are being snatched off the street. Black kids are being zip tied and taken away and deported. Listen, what planet do y'all live on? Okay. First, let me break this down. All right. Because I've been seeing this shit since I was a kid. I'm from LA. I'm in here right now. I didn't see a million raids. And I know exactly what happens when you get raided, right? Everyone in the establishment, in the house, in the whatever that got raided gets detained until they are identified. If you are not the person that they are looking for, you are released. So what happened in Chicago when when Border Patrol, ICE, and whoever raided that building that was known to be the Trende de Agua hangout spot, they took the building over. All right. They took 37 of them out. And the few black people that were there, yes, they were detained for a short while to identify them, right? Just like in every raid is like that. They ain't special. You get detained until you're identified, then you're let go. That's exactly what happened to them. African Americans, Black Americans are not being deported. Have y'all ever heard of the 14th Amendment? Go look it up right now, nigga, because that's for you. That's for us. This is our country, bro. We're not going nowhere. I don't know what you niggas don't understand on the left, bro. You guys blow me with the rhetoric y'all jump on this internet with. It's insane. The fear mongering, all the shit that y'all do. Y'all get on here and talk about, oh, that everybody's against. Ain't nobody against you, bro. Them ICE officers ain't looking for us. I live in LA. They came here first. They was walking up and down the streets. They never arrested one black unless they was in the riots and getting extra active. Sure, yeah, your ass is getting arrested. But just regular everyday people, I walked by them, they didn't look at me twice. They know what the fuck. We not immigrants. They know what we look like. We they people. What are you talking about? And if you are a black immigrant, bye-bye. Call me what you want. Immigration is not a black American issue. It's not. So if y'all want to live in fear, live in it. Drown in it. I won't. I'm free as a bird. And I'm going to continue to be because I love my country. Unlike some of you fools, I don't understand black people who don't love America. I don't understand it because your ass could have been born in Nigeria. You see what's going on over there right now, right? You could have been born in Nigeria. And if you a Christian, you would be being slaughtered right now by Boko Haram. All right. So stop with the fear mongering because you fools don't make no sense. Okay. Come with the facts like I do. This is the face they love. They hate to see this face coming because I'm going to come with the facts to break it back. African back, Hispanic back, immigration back. I don't care. Facts are the facts. And that's what I come with. So stop the fear mongering. It's goofy. We're not going nowhere. We are American. And if you black and you don't want to be American, bye. Go somewhere else. And let's see how they treat you over there. Okay? Because as soon as your ass take yourself back to Africa, they're going to let you know that you are not one of them.
So if ICE is detaining black people now in Chicago, where are they sending us? Where are we going? Don't threaten me with a good time. Send me to Turks and Caicos.
There was actually somebody complaining about ICE being in the black neighborhoods. They sending ICE to the black neighborhoods. Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world because you think when when they was allowing all those illegal immigrants to come into the country, you think they was sending them to the suburbs or nice neighborhoods with mansions and fancy apartments? Like, you think they was sending them there? No, they was sending them into the inner cities. They was sending them into the black neighborhoods. Makes sense, right? That's why ICE is in the black neighborhood. And they complaining about a building that was raided by ICE and how they was detaining black folks. Yeah, they have to detain you when they conducting the raid. They have to contain everybody in the building, but then they was released eventually. But come to find out, that building it was basically taken over by illegal Venezuelans. And I actually saw a video of the guy. He was doing a walkthrough throughout the whole building and how the first floor and the entire first floor was taken over by Venezuelans. And the second, they wasn't paying no rent. They was running cords through the building, like through the apartments. Couches were in the hallways. Man, and then he was talking about, don't let me get started. We didn't even get to the second floor yet. Like, what? Like, these people wasn't paying rent, nothing. They was just lounging in these apartments, these vacant apartments. The entire first floor, the entire second floor is crazy, man. It's ridiculous that, the politicians in Chicago, Brandon Johnson specifically, allowed this shit to go on. Like, and I'm sure people were complaining, black folks in that neighborhood, in that building was complaining like, yo, can you do something about this? And he didn't do shit. Not telling how long this shit was going on.
African Americans are not being deported. They're just being illegally detained. That shit been happening. That shit been happening for a while. Like, this ain't even nothing new. ICE been illegally detaining fucking African Americans trying to get to Haitians and shit. Right? They been doing that shit. It's just a simple fact Now we real like niggas really ain't gonna fuck with y'all, because I'm seeing a lot of non-Black American Black people, right, saying shit like, we told y'all so, you guys never listen, we told you they're gonna come after y'all, and we still ain't protesting, bitch. If that's what you thought was gonna happen, because I feel like that's what they were getting decided. They were getting more decided for the fact that Black Americans were finally being targeted by ICE. Like, y'all don't even really give a fuck that it happened, because y'all never gave a fuck that it happened before, right? You're just decided because they're doing it, period. Because you think it's a gotcha, but we're still not protesting deportation, bitch. And then on top of that, these same people bringing up that happened didn't say nothing about those hangings, several Black people being hung back in December. I'm not December, September. Said nothing about those HBCUs, several HBCUs getting fucking death threats and shit. Never said nothing about that. Never said nothing about Matt coming to those HBCUs, provoking those children. Ain't said shit about that, right? Now suddenly, oh, we told y'all gonna be targeted. We told you're gonna be targeted. Then why you didn't say nothing about us being targeted then? Like, shut y'all fake asses up. Shut y'all fake asses up. We're still not protesting deportation. If you thought that what the fuck gonna happen, dick riding assholes. That shit pissed me off, because it was really, they was excited as fuck, talking about something. We told y'all. You didn't tell us shit. We been said, oh yeah, we already knew they was gonna come after us. We already knew they was gonna come after us, and we still ain't protesting shit because y'all sat right here and let it happen. Y'all, first of all, y'all wasn't even concerned about those Black people being hung in September and those HBCUs being threatened, because y'all worried about protesting that fucking Kamala's book signing book event. They on this motherfucker arguing about why it makes sense to protest Kamala's booking event and not protest Trump. Like, that's what they try to argue. Like, no, we still not protesting deportation. So yeah, y'all might as well relax, fucking relax.
My people, my emancipated FBA, Black American, whatever you identify on this land, do not let these people fear-monger y'all, okay? Into thinking racism started with Trump. Racism been here, okay? Racism been here. We were terrorized under Obama. We was terrorized under Obama. Don't let the news media fear-monger y'all into thinking, oh, y'all being detained. It's racism, man. We been detained. We been getting fucked up out here. Trump didn't start this shit. This is me right here. Y'all don't have to follow how I think. But I love my racist white people.
You want sympathy? After all the jokes you cracked? You guys were calling ICE on people just because you don't like them. Now ICE is coming for you. ICE is coming for you. I want you to keep those indigenous papers close. Keep those foundational papers close. You better call your Cherokee grandmother. Let her know ICE is coming. Let her know ICE is coming. Oh, now you're scared. Look at how just a few days of ICE, your eyebrows are already turning white. All that stress. And the people you were mocking are still here. It's painful. Now you get to feel it. Have fun, guys. Have fun running from the cops in a land you claimed was yours. I love it when they pull up and you guys scatter around, running like little mice when Massa shows up. Oh, you forgot the plan. You forgot the plot. You thought you were special because we started with Mexicans. You thought your time was not coming. They went to Black immigrants. You thought your time was not coming. Now they're coming for you. Let me see who's going to speak on your behalf too. Who's going to rock with you? Who's going to ride with you? You're on your own, buddy. You're on your own. Let me see where they send you. Probably to some jail in some remote country somewhere. And no one will even know. No one will even care. Brother, I apologize, but it's your turn to feel the heat. I hope you can take it.
Chicago, you need to stop lying and saying, and people on this internet need to stop lying and saying that they're coming for Black people. Yes, there was a building in a Black community that was not majority Black because it had been overran by illegal gang bangers. Let's be clear. So why everybody want to keep throwing that narrative around, half the South Shore is fucking invaded by illegals. That's the truth. So don't get on here saying Black people are being caned for. They're coming because they're in our neighborhoods and our communities. That's why. So yes, they're going to go in buildings where Black people live and sleep because they put them in buildings where Black people live and sleep. South Shore,
born and raised. I know what I'm talking about. Stop pushing that narrative because it's not correct.
All right, y'all. At this point, y'all have really pissed me off, especially you so-called influencers who are taking parts of stories coming out of Chicago and using it for fucking clickbait and engagement. Now, I have been urging my people here to pause so that they can process things. Y'all talking about them coming down on that building out south. Whole time, that building used to be predominantly Black. That building was predominantly Venezuelans, okay? There are people from that neighborhood that have been complaining about that building for a year. Okay.
So now that the Trump administration, because again, this is another example of how Chicago leadership has failed them, from the alderman to the mayor, all the way up until Illinois governor, they have failed y'all. So now that the Trump administration is actually fixing things inside of y'all community, because the building that y'all have been complaining about for well over a year, which Brandon Johnson is the one that embraced illegal migrants and integrated them into y'all community, while at the same time not necessarily helping Black people at all. Finally, you get somebody, because they haven't even deployed the National Guard or anything yet, but you get somebody that actually does something inside of the community and get some illegal Venezuelan migrants up out of there and deport them, because these are not the people that you want in your community.
There are some immigrants on here saying that African Americans are getting deported when they're only detained to just be checked. Y'all are fucking stupid.
Okay, y'all. So you heard what's going on. Again, our people were not the target. They were just in an apartment building with gang members from Venezuela. And even ICE told them they were not after Black Americans. They were after the Venezuelan gangs. That's why they were released, and the Venezuelans are still in ICE detention. None of them have gotten released. None of them. Okay? So, I think I'm more angry with our people trying to act like, the release didn't happen. So they're just completely misleading you all over the video. That's what I'm more upset about. So, nope, we continue to stay out of everything. I don't care what these immigrants jump on a video and say. Your ass don't have no rights here. That's why they're rounding you up. And now Trump is virtually throwing y'all anywhere. You could be from Mexico and he throws you in Africa. Okay, he doesn't care where he drops you off. So, do you think we're going to listen to people that have zero rights up in here tell us anything? Y'all can't tell us nothing about ICE that we don't know ourselves. Come on now. You got to be a fool to listen to them. But unfortunately, y'all, there are people listening to this stuff. It's unbelievable, but they are. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. I got more coming up. I just got to get things set up. I got 2 more live streams coming. So I hope you can come back and we can gather together once again. Shalom, family.